Bobby Ellis, Getty Images Cincinnati, Ohio, October 7, Robert Quinn. Photo by Bobby Ellis, Getty Images. Miami Dolphins beat writer Armando Salguero of the Miami Herald recently joined the Shan. Here are some highlights of their interview. Listen to it in full here. What do you think of the deal for the Cowboys and why did the Dolphins do it? Salguero: so let's go through it, right? Let's see. The Dolphins get a 6th round pick in 2020. That's like a 7th round pick in 2019. Checkmark for the Cowboys, right? Quinn takes a pay cut of $4 million. Checkmark for the Cowboys, yeah, and the Dolphins are on the hook for having paid $1.12 million of his roster bonus because he was on the roster in Miami on the 3rd day of the league year. Obviously Quinn sees that as an addition to his salary. Checkmark for the Cowboys. This is a blowout win for the Cowboys because it gets them a viable pass rusher. Not a great pass rusher. I mean, if it was 2011 that'd be a different story. But it's 2019. He's a 6 to 7 sack a year guy, which is pretty good, and it was pretty good in Miami based on the fact that they didn't really have an elite pass rusher on the other side. I like this trade for the Dallas Cowboys. Did he slow down physically? Did you see plenty of explosion? Was the scheme fit wrong? What type of guy is he? At 28 years old, you should still be in your prime and not slowing down, correct? Salguero: right. Actually he sped up. He had 6.5 sacks, 4 of them in December. What I would say to you is, talking to some of the people in Miami, he didn't adjust all that well initially to South Florida and Miami early on. He started very slow. It took him a while. I think the training camp down here took something out of him, I really do. It's very hot down here, but it's also very humid. He comes from, I get it, he was playing in LA. He played in St. Louis before that. But one of the problems the Dolphins have had is they wear out a lot of people and veterans. And he didn't get the so-called veterans days off in training camp. So I think that took a toll on him. But like I said, in December I think he looked around and said, hey, I've only got 2.5 sacks. I need to get 4 sacks. Were there any other suitors for him? Salguero: the New Orleans Saints were interested, but they neither have a ton of draft picks nor do they have all that much cap space. Their interest, as portrayed to me, was always secondary to the Cowboys. It was gonna be the Cowboys. I know the general manager in Miami, Chris Greer. 2 days ago actually said, we're getting calls from other teams. I read that as, yeah, no you're not. You're just saying this because you need to get finished up and you need to get him off the books and you need, maybe, a pick next year that you can use to move up. You guys gotta understand, the reason the Dolphins really wanna do this is because, in a normal, typical NFL year they wouldn't be trading Robert Quinn. But the fact of the matter is they're rebuilding. Some people would say tanking this year. And anybody with a $12 million cap hit, which is what he was going to have, was gonna be off the roster. And that's what he is, off the roster. What type of guy is Robert Quinn? Salguero: he's a very quiet, to himself, almost sullen guy. It takes a while to get to know him. He's not any sort of problem in the locker room. He's gonna fit, but he's gonna fit into his own niche of his own making. It's not gonna be a boisterous leader, follow me guys kind of guy. In fact, I don't know that he is a leader. But he is definitely never an issue or a problem. And I know that some people brought up the fact that he does the clenched fist thing for the anthem. It wasn't a problem for the Dolphins. I don't know how it's going to be addressed with the Cowboys. Okay, so he did do that last year? Because Jerry Jones has been completely against anyone protesting like that. Salguero: correct. He did it every single game last year. He had done it before with the Rams. I assume that is a topic that was discussed because it's not a secret to anyone. The Cowboys' policy is not a secret and his history is not a secret. More on Robert Quinn, how the addition of Quinn immediately impacts the Cowboys' defense. Cowboys trade 2026th round pick for Robert Quinn, closing a deal they couldn't afford. Not to make the Cowboys may just be onto something big with the acquisition of Quinn. All hail Stephen Jones. Quinn trade is icing on a cake that merits applause for the Cowboys' VP film room. Why Quinn is a slam dunk acquisition for the Cowboys.